Using Managed Care External Quality Review for Quality Improvement in Medicaid and CHIP. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, or CMS, offers technical assistance to support Medicaid and Children's Health Insurance Program, or CHIP, state programs to improve care and outcomes for Medicaid and CHIP beneficiaries. This video is part of a CMS technical assistance series focused on improving Medicaid and CHIP managed care quality. You can view the rest of the series by following the link on the right to the Managed Care Quality Improvement page on Medicaid.gov. While you can watch the videos in any order, we recommend viewing the Using Medicaid and CHIP Managed Care Quality Oversight Activities for Quality Improvement overview webinar because it provides a foundation for this and other videos in the series. This video provides an overview of state managed care external quality reviews, or EQRs, and shares key quality improvement components in EQR technical reports. Our goal is to help Medicaid and CHIP staff understand how to use their EQR technical reports to drive quality improvement in their state managed care program. You can use this video to onboard new state Medicaid and CHIP staff, get a refresher on EQR as you review your annual EQR technical report, prepare to launch a new quality improvement initiative, or introduce your quality improvement partners to the role and purpose of EQR. Please note, several slides in this video contain embedded links. To access these links, download the accompanying slide deck from Medicaid.gov. Before we learn more about EQR, let's take a step back and review the roles of Medicaid and CHIP staff in managed care quality improvement. Throughout this video, the term states refers to Medicaid and CHIP programs and their staff. The first role states play relates to the federally mandated managed care quality oversight activities, including developing managed care quality strategies, requiring and monitoring managed care plan quality assessment and performance improvement, or QAPI programs, and implementing an annual EQR. The second relates to the voluntary quality improvement activities states can conduct, such as incorporating their managed care plans into quality improvement projects, connecting plans to the state's quality improvement partners, and sharing data and best practices with plans. Now, let's dig into External Quality Review, or EQR. EQR is the analysis and evaluation of the quality, timeliness, and access to the healthcare services provided by managed care plans. It includes mandatory and optional EQR-related activities shown here on the right. EQR-related activities are designed to provide the state with an understanding of the strengths and improvement opportunities within managed care plan performance. The four mandatory activities are validating performance improvement projects, or PIPs, validating performance measures, reviewing managed care plan compliance with Medicaid and CHIP managed care regulations, and validating network adequacy. EQR must be conducted annually by an external quality review organization, or EQRO, and comply with federal requirements. EQR is part of a set of interrelated managed care oversight activities called the Managed Care Quality, or MCQ cycle, shown here on the right. The Managed Care Quality cycle starts with a quality strategy, which details the state's quality improvement priorities and activities. These priorities and activities inform managed care plan contract language, including specifying quality assessment and performance improvement, or QAPI, performance measures and performance improvement projects, or PIPs. Health plan QAPI performance measures, PIPs, and network adequacy results are then validated during the annual external quality review. Finally, recommendations and learning from the EQR inform the state's quality strategy priorities and health plan QAPI programs. CMS develops EQR protocols that provide instructions, guidelines, worksheets, and tools that EQROs can use to conduct each EQR activity. The protocols share the purpose of and data sources needed to complete each activity, and methods for analyzing and interpreting data. CMS released the most recent protocols in February 2023, which include guidance on the mandatory network adequacy validation activity. Your state is ultimately responsible for ensuring that the annual EQR is conducted in a way that meets federal requirements. The introduction section of the 2023 EQR protocols includes guidance for drafting compliant and complete EQR technical reports. We encourage state Medicaid and CHIP staff involved in EQR reporting to review this information. You can access the 2023 EQR protocols by following the link available at the bottom of the screen. The EQR process begins when your state contracts with an external quality review organization or an EQRO to perform the EQR. These contracts are often for several years at a time. The yearly EQR process can be shown here on the screen. First, your EQRO conducts the review, completing the EQR-related activities using the protocols or methods consistent with them. After completing the EQRO summarizes the results via an annual report. You must post the EQR technical report by April 30th of each year. CMS also asks that states send a copy of the report to the Managed Care Quality mailbox, which we will share at the end of the video. Finally, CMS reviews your EQR technical report and provides feedback on how you can improve reporting to comply with requirements and strengthen the report's content. Some activities, such as the EQRO's review of PIPs, may be performed more than just during the annual EQR. For example, some states may have their EQRO review managed care PIPs quarterly or semi-annually in addition to the annual validation to monitor progress and allow for more timely refinement of the quality improvement approach. EQR activities and report production are eligible for Federal Financial Participation, or FFP. You can learn more about the related requirements by reviewing page 7 of the EQR protocols, which you can access by following the link available at the bottom of this screen. The key output from EQR is the annual EQR technical report. It provides insights into the quality of care provided by states' managed care programs, shares and compares managed care plan performance, identifies strengths and areas for quality improvement, and provides recommendations for improving the quality of care provided by plans. Each year, CMS summarizes and publishes findings from state EQR technical reports related to performance measures and PIPs in the EQR annual reporting summary tables. You can access the tables by following the link at the bottom of the screen. EQR technical reports contain rich information on your state's managed care quality activities. In this video, we'll explore 4 key quality improvement elements included in the reports. 1. Performance measure findings. 2. PIP findings. 3. Network adequacy findings. And 4. EQRO recommendations for quality improvement. The first key quality improvement element in EQR technical reports is the performance measure findings. As part of EQR, your EQRO will validate all measures your managed care plans are required to report as part of their quality assurance and performance improvement, or QAPI programs. Validation means that the EQRO assesses the accuracy of performance measure rates reported by plans based on measure specifications. The report must share the validation ratings and plan level rates for each performance measure. Your annual EQR technical reports can be a key resource for finding performance measure trends at the plan level. By reviewing several years of EQR reports, you can glean insights into each plan's performance and identify plans or topics that may require attention. The second key quality improvement element in an EQR technical report is the PIP findings. When conducting PIP validation, your EQRO assesses a PIP's methodology by reviewing the PIP's design and implementation, confirms the accuracy of managed care plans' reported results, and interprets PIP results, noting whether the interventions are achieving improvement. In the EQR report, your EQRO shares the validation findings and the performance measure data for every PIP underway in the 12 months preceding the EQR. By reviewing validated performance measure data and PIP descriptions included in the EQR report, you can gather valuable information on recent managed care plan quality improvement efforts, including what has been working to achieve improvement and what has not. The third key quality improvement element in an EQR technical report is the network adequacy validation findings. Your state must ensure that managed care plans maintain provider networks sufficient to provide timely and accessible care to Medicaid and CHIP beneficiaries. As a part of EQR, your EQRO validates each plan's network adequacy data, including validating the data and methods used by the plan to assess network adequacy and validating the plan's reported results to generate a validation rating. By reviewing the network adequacy validation findings in your state's EQR reports, you can gain insights into opportunities for improving timely access to care at the managed care plan and program levels. The final quality improvement element in an EQR technical report we'll review today is the EQRO recommendations. Based on the annual EQR findings, your EQRO will provide two types of recommendations. The first are recommendations for how each of your managed care plans can improve their performance. And the second are recommendations for how your state can better target the goals and objectives outlined in its managed care quality strategy. Your EQRO will also assess how well plans addressed the previous year's EQR recommendations. By reviewing these assessments, you can monitor each plan's progress on addressing areas for improvement. With that introduction on EQR and the key quality improvement components included in EQR reports, we'll now discuss how you can use your EQR reports to drive quality improvement within your managed care program. The performance measure findings included in your EQR technical reports can serve as a starting point for identifying quality improvement focus areas. For example, they can help you find managed care plans that may benefit from targeted quality improvement efforts. In the example in the far right column of this table, Plan B has a lower cervical cancer screening rate. After seeing this, you could contact the plan to see if they would like to discuss quality improvement opportunities and offer additional quality improvement coaching. Performance measure findings can also highlight focus areas for a quality improvement project. In the example, you may decide to focus on screening for depression and follow-up care upon identifying that both Plan A and Plan B have relatively low rates on the measure, as seen in the third row of this table. In this case, you may reach out to both plans to see if they would like to participate in a quality improvement project. To strengthen your ability to identify and monitor quality improvement focus areas, you can ask your EQRO to provide plan-level performance measure trends over time or comparisons to national benchmarks. You could also ask your plans or EQRO to stratify performance measure findings by population, age, race, geographic area, or other characteristics of interest. The PIP findings in your EQR technical reports can serve as a starting point for designing your next quality improvement project. As shown in the left column, PIP findings can help identify QI best practices. By reviewing PIP validation ratings related to the PIP design, you may find helpful information on quality improvement best practices that could be applied to your next quality improvement project, such as suggestions for ways to improve data collection or Plan Do Study Act or PDSA tests. As shown in the right column, PIP findings can help identify successful QI strategies. By reviewing your EQRO's assessment of the likelihood that PIP interventions led to improvement, you can gain insights into what PIP interventions worked and incorporate them into your quality improvement projects. You can also share the EQR findings with all your managed care plans and quality improvement partners to disseminate lessons learned from successful and unsuccessful PIPs. For example, if your EQRO identified provider faxes had limited success for one plan, other plans and partners contemplating that intervention would benefit from reviewing those findings. You can also use the EQR network adequacy validation findings to inform quality improvement project focus areas. During EQR, the EQRO assesses and reports on each managed care plan's ability to collect reliable and valid network adequacy data and identifies areas of concern. You can use these findings in several ways. For example, they can highlight the need to promote access in rural areas or reduce wait times for certain provider types. They can also highlight the need to improve the quality of data available, such as provider directory data or beneficiary enrollment files. Finally, you can use the EQRO recommendations to target your future quality improvement efforts. As shown here, your EQRO will provide both program and plan-level recommendations for quality improvement. At the program level, the EQRO provides recommendations on better targeting your quality strategy. For example, your EQRO may note that your state is falling behind the national average on cervical cancer screening rates. In response, you and your team may consider updating your quality strategy to include cervical cancer screening rates as a new managed care quality objective. Alternatively, Your EQRO may note that your state is not making progress on an existing quality strategy objective of improving screening for depression. In response, you and your team may consider updating managed care plan contracts to include a PIP focused on this topic. Your EQRO will also share managed care plan specific recommendations based on EQR findings that can help you identify specific plans to engage in quality improvement activities. For example, the EQRO may recommend that a plan improve its data collection processes, or PIP design. After reviewing the EQRO's recommendations, you can reach out to the plans to understand how they will address the issue and whether and how you and your team can support them. Ultimately, your state's EQR findings will be most effective if you integrate them into your day-to-day work. To maximize the impact of your state's annual EQR, you could use performance measure and PIP findings to identify high-performing plans and reach out to them to understand and spread their best practices and lessons learned. You can also use findings to inform updates to plan contract language to better drive quality. In addition to the 4 mandatory EQR activities we've explored, there are several optional EQR activities that can support your state's managed care quality improvement activities. For example, in addition to validating the performance measures in Managed Care Plan Quality Assessment and Performance Improvement, or QAPI programs, you can engage your EQRO to calculate additional measures. For example, your EQRO could calculate the measures included in your ongoing managed care QI project's measurement strategies. Given the timing of EQR, this works best for measures with an annual performance period. By engaging your EQRO, you can reduce the burden on your quality improvement project staff, ensure the measures are calculated rigorously, and support the overall monitoring of your project's progress. States wishing to use this EQR activity can review Protocol 7 in the 2023 EQR protocols. Here's an example of using the optional performance measure activity to support a quality improvement project based on a state that participated in CMS's Improving Asthma Affinity Group. After launching an asthma project, the state team reviewed other projects and available resources to identify 3 measures to use in their measurement strategy. The goal of these measures was to inform the state team about whether the interventions they were testing showed promise. The team identified 3 measures: asthma medication ratio, asthma-related emergency department or ED visits, and asthma-related inpatient stays. After developing their measurement strategy, they reviewed their managed care plan QAPI programs to identify whether any of these measures were already being reported on by plans. While one, the asthma medication ratio or AMR measure was, the other 2 measures were not, meaning they were not being calculated by the state's plans or validated by the EQRO. As a result, the state team decided to include these 2 measures in their EQRO contract as an optional activity. As part of the next annual EQR, the state's EQRO validated the AMR measure and calculated the asthma ED visit and inpatient stay measures. Plan-level findings on all 3 measures were then included in the annual EQR technical report. Finally, in addition to having your EQRO validate the PIPs implemented by your managed care plans, you can use an optional EQR activity to have your EQRO implement managed care PIPs. EQR Protocol 8 guides this activity, supporting you and your EQRO in selecting a PIP topic and population, identifying PIP performance measures, collecting and analyzing results data, and assessing whether the PIP showed promise. You can use this optional activity to scale a promising change idea or the promising interventions tested by a recent quality improvement project. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you've learned something about managed care external quality review. For any questions about Medicaid and CHIP managed care quality, including EQR, please contact the CMS Managed Care Quality TA mailbox at managedcarequality@cms.hhs.gov. You should also use this mailbox to submit a link to your posted EQR technical reports. Before we go, we want to note that the appendices of this slide deck contains several additional resources that you may find helpful. Appendix A lists the managed care oversight activities that apply to each type of managed care plan. Appendix B shares definitions from key acronyms used throughout this video. And Appendix C includes links to TA resources related to managed care quality, including links to CMS's Managed Care Quality webpage and the External Quality Review subpage, and links to the 2023 EQR protocols.